breaking my spine. Your girl has been calling for days. I get no different ways.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. To throw on second is Watson. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and it's third down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Richmond.
From the gun, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. They find some open field here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. On second down, here's Watson. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Gonna need something special here on third and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A first down carry now for Miller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
Down! Back 22! Back 22!
Here's Watson now on second down. He's got Fuller. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. First and 10 right at the 20. They go back to the ground now with Miller. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Richmond! Tiger!
Watson now looking to throw on second down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Pernell McPhee in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Going to need something special here on third and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, Watson. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Looking to throw on second down. Boyle escaping the pressure right. And he goes out right around the 39. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Throwing on first down. Boyle. Complete. Richardson has it. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice.
Detroit!
To throw on second down. Boyle. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On first and 10, Boyle. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want to
offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. They go play action here on first down. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time. And they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Green the line! Green the line!
Now a first down throw, Watson. Left side, caught by Matthews. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Watson to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connect.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball up.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Hopkins with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Tiger, tiger, tiger! Down! Flat 22! Flat 22!
On first down, Watson. They fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. To throw on second down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. The Texans on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
On first down, it's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Boyle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Off the play fake. Boyle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Boyle. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just want to go faster.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It's complete to Fuller. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Come back, come back.
Now Watson to throw on 2nd down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Hopkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Watson now from the gun, he'll throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 7. To the air yet again. Watson. It's hauled in by Ellington. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Here's Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. They shakes it off. Flushed out right. Oh, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Zach Brown in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans are in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80! Reset, reset, reset!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. To throw on second down, Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Boyle finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And a nice gain at 21 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Gun!
From the gun, Boyle. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Randall Cobb, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And here comes the Texans now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 30 yards there. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Quick move by Miller. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. That good for 19 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. keep it with Miller on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Watson to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here comes Cobb. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Jones. What a spin. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. Look at the dancing. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And he'll bang that one through. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin with a run by Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw is Watson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him, All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Texans on third down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Blue lady! Blue lady! Tiger, tiger, tiger!
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come back, come back! Come back, come back!
Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Come back, come back!
He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building.
Richmond, Richmond! Come back, come back!
He's back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there of 22. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Tiger, tiger, tiger! 2 jet! 2 jet!
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been automatic. How about 8 for 8 in the game thus far? This will be 3rd and 6.
2 jet! 2 jet! Black 99 Philly! Richmond, Richmond! Tiger, tiger, tiger! Tiger, tiger, tiger! Black 99 Philly!
Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now for Baltimore. And the Bengals have extended their lead. A win, if they can get it, would be their first on the year. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing to start the drive. Boyle. And Davis with it left side. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This from 55 yards out. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Well, I know at points of this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice in the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Washington, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.